I need to see what's under here. I actually screwed up. I want that to be watertight because it's not fitting.
Well, I'm picking out these shelves.
I have had better days doing this. Don't judge. Anyway, I'm about to do something I told myself I wasn't going to do. But I'm going to do it anyway. I didn't want to make the same mistake this winter that I made last winter, which was start too many big projects and then not be able to get them finished for the summertime. I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice and say that I think I can get this done because I don't want to paint the floor of the boat and the bilge and then leave other portions of it undone. I need to see what's under here. I'm going to remove the salon settee. I've already removed the trim and the screws and varnish those up anyway. And I'm going to cut along that paint line with my circular saw. Try to get it out all in one piece, or at the very least just give me access to the interior structure there. See, I want that to be watertight. I want to turn that into a compartment. Glad I removed the icebox slash ridiculously horrible waste of space metal box out of there. I didn't even know that was there. So I want that to be watertight. I want that to be watertight. I want that to be watertight. I want to seal all along there. So hopefully I can get this out without completely destroying it and tearing it up. And of course I'll paint it. I'll just paint it white. That's the original off-white, but you know, I'm gonna have to do the same over here. This shouldn't be that big a job, should it?
Okay. I set my depth for 1/4 inch so I don't cut through the hull again. Here goes nothing.
Okay, this is the moment of truth. That's the circular saw cut at 1/4 inch. You know, a fair, probably a good 2 inches, 2.5 inches away from the side of the hull. There really shouldn't be any danger of cutting it. I took my multi-tool, went around the edge here, did a bunch of nails, and this is the only portion that's damaged, which can be epoxy. All things are possible with epoxy. So here we go. Let's see what we got. Okay, not bad. A little bit of the blade mark there so far. Yeah, good, clean.
Well, I'm picking out these shelves, and one of the reasons I'm doing that is this was here when I bought the boat, the previous owner put it in, and to me it just seems like this is dead space, and I mean it's usable space, but I want to open up, because it pretty much makes this quarterberth here unusable, at least to sleep on, and there are other places where I can transfer this storage. There are just better ways to use this space. So I tried doing it the patient way, and I'm screwing it. Couldn't get to some of the fasteners in there, so I resorted to a multi-tool. And then I noticed that even though the majority of this is made out of plywood, this side here, I'm pretty sure this is teak. So I'm going to cut through it, but I'm going to try to do it in the most clean way possible, because I'd like to be able to recycle the teak. So, yeah, pretty sure that's plywood. Also fairly certain that this here is teak, which is expensive. So we try to save it whenever we can. Ah, yeah, this one stuck. I was holding the entire thing in. Plywood, teak. Yep. All right, not bad. Good multi-tool. See if this comes off in one piece so that it can be used as a pattern. Okay. Watch those nails. Just put one through my hand. Okay. Yeah.
So another week has gone by. I'm back. This is the indoor storage for Trout's Yacht Basin, and there's Clara Moon behind me. So what I'm doing here, and I don't recall if I did any video on this when I was doing the patterning, for this at all, but I need to make a sea hood, and on top of that a dodger. So I'm using weather-treated pine, which is going to get sealed. I'm going to use penetrating epoxy with it, then seal it, then glass it in. That really should be all I need to keep the core from rotting out. This is the pattern that, there we go, that I made, and I just finished cutting out the sides. I'm going to take this off here, and I already did that on this end, and then we're going to see how well it fits on the cabin top. Hopefully I patterned correctly and we'll have a decently snug fit. Okay, let's go and see if this fits, if this is going to work. Why is the camera not focusing? There we go, that's better. So let's go see if this is going to fit on top of the cabin. I think I really do need to get a selfie stick. Let's see if this is going to work. So this is going to be the back portion of the sea hood, and not bad. Yeah, there's a little bit of gap in there, but nothing. Either epoxy or 5200, along with maybe a shiv, won't fix. Let's look at it from. Yeah, I can definitely work with that. So that's coming back to the house with me. I'm gonna get it saturated and penetrating epoxy, seal it up, and build the sides onto the settee patterns. It's spring break, which means I've got the entire week to focus on the boat, and it's first week in April, so I'm trying to get everything done and put back together before the Memorial Day holiday. And to that end, I am getting ready to put in my gussets. Now this is what my cabin sole looks like. I've got the floorboards and their supports. Now, another project this week is progressively cleaning out the bilge. I'll be talking a little bit more about that later. But for now, in previous videos you saw me cutting out the gussets that I want to go down on the floor here. So the idea is I want to create storage, but I also want it to be watertight. It'll create flotation, it'll also control water, buy me some time, in case the worst happens. And I'm also going to be doing the same thing underneath the settees. So I actually screwed up and had to recut again. So lesson to myself, do your research first, you can save some money. And what happened was I was thinking that pressure treated wood would be the obvious choice for this. And then after I bought it, cut out a few patterns, I learned that you shouldn't use pressure treated wood for any kind of epoxy or fiberglassing because it's going to delaminate. You're not going to get good adherence to the wood. So went back, bought some other wood. This is just cheap Douglas fir from Home Depot. And now I'm going to be checking to make sure that the patterns that I cut out fit. If they do, well, if they don't, I've got my sander with me, and I'll just be nipping and tucking here and there to try to get the the best possible fit possible that I can. And once I'm satisfied with them, they'll come back to the house with me, and I will seal them with some penetrating epoxy just to add to the strength a little bit, and then we'll be ready to install them this week. Okay, first gusset bulkhead here, and not bad, not great. I've got a gap up here, and like a nodule there that I can sand that down, and that will probably eliminate this gap here. It'll fall, and it'll also eliminate the gap there, but I'm going to lose some height. it's roughly the same size as this one over here. Now this one fits a little bit more snug. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is cutting some shims for there, also here too, to fill in these gaps, and bringing a level to make sure that they're level. And I've got about a 1/4 inch here for the floorboards to go down. So that's the first couple. So I will be sanding off that. This is bilge 2, or I labeled it bilge 2, and the second gusset is supposed to go right down here in front of the centerboard. All right, this one doesn't look like it's fitting as well as the first one. Oh yeah. Oh damn. Doesn't look like it's fitting at all. Oh, it's bilge 3, that's why. Bilge 2. Man, I made obstacle patterns too. I think this needs to come off here. That should give me, that should slide down. It looks like I still have an issue over here. So I have to grind that out. I might have to grind that out in order for it to fit. I don't know what this is. It's just some form of epoxy. But as you can see, it's all over the bilge, and they used it to, I don't know what they used it for. That's gross. So that's gonna come off. Actually, I should probably take a little bit more off, and that'll give me, yeah, the room that I need for it to come over there. Alright, get a pen or, mark this, because that's where it's going to be. So I've got bilge 3 here, and looks like we have the same issue. Yeah, looks like I marked this too. I think I just left some extra wood in case I had something to work with, which I guess is a good practice. So I'll mark that for removal. Same thing over here. Actually, that should, I mean, it's just a shave. So ideally, yeah, I need this to go underneath that floorboard there, because I removed that one. I've made my cut on bilge 2. So, let's see. Okay, I did something wrong. It's not fitting. I think what I need to do is take off some height, or take it off from the bottom, because now I am short on this end, from here to here. Great. Well, let's check out the other one. So this is bilge 3. It's supposed to go right in here. Okay, not bad. Okay, this I can live with. So I'll need to sand in here to bring this down. And I've got some additional, almost like a lip on this one here that needs to come down. And then I've got all this here. Man, I should be able to just take off this. And that should give me a little drop there. I don't know what I did on this one. So, do I shave some off the bottom here? That'll drop it. This isn't very precise. Alright, I'm dropping this one. And I think what I need to do, the part that I shaved off over here, is I'm gonna have to glue that back on. Shit. Let's try to do a better job of measuring here. Alright, so I have that much to shave off, but from the bottom. Okay, I did my initial trimming. As you can see, I've got a green line here, so I'm going to do some sanding for the remainder portion. Focus, there we go. and see if it fits then. Really should have my mask on. This isn't working. I really messed this up. Back to the drawing board, I guess. I'm glad that these common boards are cheap. I have had better days doing this. Frustrating. So, the popsicle stick patterns I made, turns out for the Settee, the patterns work. However, I cut them out reverse. So, this is what I get. All the way across. This edge here is supposed to be level, and the right angle is supposed to be up like that. So, I gotta go do this again. A little pissed off about the waste of material. That's frustrating. Well, at least let me show you how the pattern worked on this particular one. So, that's flush, and any gaps that are there will be easily taken care of with epoxy fillets. But that's the problem. So I gotta go cut this out again. Which means that my right angle should be there. Now, the height of the side of this is going to be uniform all the way across, so I think that's the measurement I'm missing, and that's what confused me. So I'm going to figure out what that height is, because that is where the right angle should be, not the other way around. Damn it. Alright. So, next day, haven't changed. My entire wardrobe smells like fiberglass and gasoline, so don't judge. Anyway, had some trouble yesterday with the gussets. I'm going to try to salvage the situation with the ones that I've already cut. I'm going to remove, good, I'm going to remove whatever these are. So I brought my grinder today. So here, there's another one under the camera, there, another one there, and further back. But I'm going to start with this one and see if that doesn't make a difference. Either way, I think if I have to recut those patterns, I'm going to take them all out. Better to have something smooth or somewhat uniform. All right, protective gear.
Looks like Christmas in here. A lot of dust. Okay, let's have a look. So that's pretty flush. There's just a slight ridge there. And I don't have much over here. Let's see if that made a difference. Still about a half an inch too high, but it does fit a little better. Oh, I don't know if I have it situated correctly. Oh no, okay, no, that's better. That's better. Much better, okay. Alright, so I think I'll be using the my sander and gradually bringing these down to about the half-inch mark because it's a little bit high, but better. Okay, so these things were the problem. Alright, so I can use my pieces. Feel a little better about that. Oh man, dust.